Welcome to Lesson 23, Building an Emergency Fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. If you have been following us on this journey and are ready to complete your emergency fund, then congratulations. Before I talk about the importance of an emergency fund, I want to review a few of our previous lessons. You have accomplished the following. You got excited about getting control of your finances and took action. You stayed focused, persistent, and consistent. You also had hope that you could accomplish this. You established a $1,000 emergency fund, and that is in a separate account. You decluttered your house, and especially your home office, so you can find your bills. You are making decisions together with your spouse or financial fitness partner. You were on a spend every penny budget and used the envelope method for categories like clothes, entertainment, food, and blow money. You have started a category savings account for yearly expenses. You have cut up all credit cards but one, and that one is on ice. You completed your debt destruction program and have all consumer debt paid off with the exception of your mortgage. You cut expenses to the bare bone by working on the miserly mom's food budget. You have your insurance in place to include health, auto, house, and life to avoid a huge catastrophe that even a fully funded emergency stash of 3 to 6 months would not handle. I had a replacement hip and the bill was over $40,000. We paid only $1,000 out of pocket. According to Investopedia.com, the 5 top reasons for bankruptcy are medical expenses, job loss, excess use of credit, divorce, and unexpected expenses. Lastly, you started a home-based business to keep some of your hard-earned money through the many tax advantages. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." Proverbs 30:25 says, "Ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer." You need to go back and complete everything in the above list before you tackle your 3 to 6 month emergency fund. A survey released in June of 2011 by Bankrate.com said 24% of consumers have no savings at all. 76% do not have the recommended 3 to 6 month cushion set aside for that rainy day. What is an emergency? Something that was not expected. You do not put these expenses in your normal budget. Examples would be pay cut, job loss, medical bills, divorce, car repairs, home repairs, funeral, unexpected pregnancy, small business failure, traffic ticket, legal issues, elder care, and last but not least, your 27-year-old moving back home. Why do we have an emergency fund? Can't we just use a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, so you don't get further in debt, so you don't borrow money from your retirement account, so your life is not turned upside down when you get that speeding ticket? Where should I put the emergency fund? Keep this fund in something that is liquid. Liquid is a money term that means easy to get to with no penalties. We keep ours in a max checking account earning 1%. This is not an investment, but a security blanket against Murphy showing up. The mission statement for the emergency fund is to protect you against the storms of life and give you peace of mind. It is amazing how your face relaxes when this is fully funded. How big should this fund be? If you have a steady, secure job and are relatively healthy, you can get by with a 3-month account for expenses only. Notice I did not say 3 months of income. If you are paid commissions like my son in commercial real estate, then 6 months of expenses would be wise. Based on your situation and how your spouse deals with debt stress will determine how big this fund is. Women tend to feel more secure with a large emergency fund. So in the best interest of the marriage, if you're married, make that happen. My wife feels the emergency fund and life insurance give her the most peace of mind. Should I be watching my back? In the book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, there are some emergency fund clarifications. If you are still completing your debt destruction and putting all extra money toward debt, and you have a little one on the way in 3 months, and you just found out your husband is losing his job, then temporarily stop destroying debt and focus on putting money in the emergency fund. The storm is already over you. Once you have a job again and the baby is born, take the emergency fund back down to $1,000 and use the extra money for debt destruction. It does not make sense to have a large emergency fund earning 1% when you have credit card debt of 29%. Getting to this step of a fully funded emergency account can take the typical family 2 to 3 years or longer. So don't get discouraged if you are watching this video and you're still working on your $1,000 emergency fund. It took Robin and I 30 years to get in our financial mess of $150,000 in debt and 5 years to get out of it. Keep plugging away. Now for the Debt Free Squad Challenge of the Week. If necessary, go back and start with our video on the financial success formula. Then increase your intensity with each lesson until you get back to lesson 23 again. If you have destroyed your debt, then focus on building up your fund to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Use tax refunds, bonuses, and inheritance, pay raises. Work overtime temporarily to quickly get your fully funded emergency stash. Next week, we will talk about kicking some habits or addictions that are not only costing you money, but also that may be costing you a relationship. You do not want to miss this one. Tell a friend to join us and like us on Facebook.